Some more answers? Okay. So let's write this application from scratch. Let me match this dot. What I'm gonna do is clear this whole thing. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna make this application right from scratch. Okay. So what states we gonna require is like you have to the one state will be your this input state, which in which you're gonna keep your track of your input, whatever give the input to it. And the second state will be like when you provided any kind of task, so the second input will be kind of an array. We need two states, one is input state and another is this like array. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna define the use state again. So let me give it a name called tasks and give it a function like a state of data function tasks, and I'm gonna assign it empty array. After that, I required one more state, which will be our input state. So I'm gonna give it input value, and I'm gonna give it a set input. Sorry, and again I'm gonna give it name use state. That will be an empty string. Now what I have to do is I have to write my return statement. Inside this return statement, I have to make my in this step I'll make use of an unordered list because I have to loop over this array. So suppose I by default give it 2 3 properties, okay, and I'm gonna loop over this array. So for that we're gonna use a UL unordered list, and inside this unordered list what we're gonna do is we're gonna make use of this task, map over it. So we are writing JSX JavaScript inside this HTML syntax, so we'll use this curly brackets. We're gonna define this, and we're gonna use map function, which I told you earlier in our first session. It is used to iterate over an array or object, not object. It's basically used to iterate over an array. So here I'm gonna give it a task, and inside this what I'm gonna return is like return a thing called li element, which will sit inside this ul element, and this li element will have each item of the array. Okay, so let me go ahead and save it and start the development. So it's already working. So yeah, we're gonna go and see how this. What I'm gonna do is explicitly return it. Okay, so these parentheses can be used to implicitly return anything from the function, from the arrow function. So inside it I'm going to use this li, and inside this li I'm going to write the task, right? So you can see here 1 2 and 3. Okay, now what I can do is, can you guys see this 1 2 and 3, the thing that we pass inside our array? Hello?
Yeah.
Cool. So let's go ahead and empty this array, and we're gonna add a button as well. So to add a button, I'm gonna use like inside this li, I'm gonna use a button so that we can update when we have to add a task. We have to give it a button. So we're gonna provide it a button, and this button will say firstly I'll go and see the input thing. Okay, we have to provide an input where we can provide our whatever we want to do and whatever we want to add to our to-do list. So here I'm going to pass the input type called text. Inside this, I'm gonna provide it a value called input, which we declared right here. So I'm just drawing this variable inside this input tag, and I have to you earlier see that if I go right to my application, and if you go guys go and try writing typing it something over here, but it doesn't work. I told you yesterday about this thing. So when you go right here, you have to pass a on change function which updates this input state to reflect the changes. So we're gonna pass a on change method right here, and this on change method will take a arrow function. Inside this arrow function, we're gonna pass this set input, and what we have to do is we have to target dot value. So whatever this input function, whatever the value we write inside this input function, using this on change method, we can directly update the state right here. So again, if you guys go and try to type something, it will work. Cool. And see the other thing. So now we require a button to update, add the task to the array. So here what we can do is we can go inside and give it a name called add task. So the button says add task, and if I hit it, I'm gonna save it. You guys can see. Okay, you guys can see this add task. So if I write anything and hit it, there's nothing happening because we haven't triggered any on click event on this button. So let me go ahead and make a on click event, right? So what we're going to do is we have to make a add task function. So we're going to make this function add tasks, right? And after that, I'm going to go ahead and write this arrow function for you guys. And I'm going to make use of this set task to update this task value to push the items into the array. So earlier I told you about the spread operator, so we're going to make use of it right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this like this, and I'm going to spread the tasks. Okay, and after that I'm going to provide it the input, the newly created input which we have passed. So we're going to provide this input right here. We made our add task function, and we can use it now in our button. So JavaScript, you like on click event like this in a camel case. If you are pretty familiar with JavaScript, you used to write like this. Things are different, so you mostly have to use the camel case standardization. And inside this, I'm going to call this add task. Now let me go ahead and type 1. I'm going to add it. You guys can see it got pushed to the array, and it reflected the changes right here. Can you guys see?
Yes, we can see.
Any problem in till now? Anyone? So you can see here, as soon as I hit the add task, it got pushed to this task array, and it updated the value right here. After that, what I have to do is I have to input as well so that I can enter a new task. So what I can do is I can use this set input, make use of the set input function, and I'm going to pass it empty array. So whenever I go right here and I pass this and add it, it's gonna clear the input for me. And I can go ahead and add one more, let's say another one, and again. Yeah, so if I go to our console, and inside this console we can see error. So I don't know why it's not yelling at me, but Okay, I have there. Wait. Yeah. So you guys can see. Can you guys see this error? Warning: each child in the list should have a unique key prompt. Can you guys see that? So basically, React is pretty smart about its stuff. So you have to provide a unique ID to each and every element inside the array. So whenever you loop over it, and next time you make changes, like if you only push one element to this array, the whole thing does not have to be rendered. If you have given it a unique ID, so React remembers each element by its unique key. So you must provide it a unique key. If you don't provide it, your whole array will be rendered from the beginning. So you have to provide a unique key. So let's see how you can do this. We can do this by passing. So this map method is pretty cool. So it can take two argument, as many as argument. So for right now, we're gonna give it two arguments. One is gonna be task, and other one gonna be index. So this index is the index value of the array. Like the first one has the index value of 0. The second thing, the second element has index value of 2, sorry, 1. So we can here go and inside this list element, we can provide it index value like this. So now if you guys go ahead and type 1, and if you guys go into the console, you will not see any kind of error, right? Because you have provided it a unique key, so every element inside the array has its identification. Okay, anybody has doubt in this part, this list and keys thing? Everyone got that in the chat? One. Okay, cool. So now what we have to do is, the other thing that we have to do is to provide a functionality to delete the whatever task you are done with. So we're gonna make another function called delete tasks. So before that, I'm gonna align a button right next to this li element. So this button gonna say like delete task, or you can also say that it's like this. So it means for you are done with this task and you want to delete it from your to-do list application. And we have to also provide it an on-click function, so that when you hit delete, when you hit this uh, delete button, like you hit this delete button, it works. Now currently it's not working because we haven't assigned it any event handler. So we're gonna go ahead and assign it on click event to delete this task, right? So we're gonna use delete, and we're gonna declare the function right at top of this return statement. And this function is gonna take some input. What it's gonna do is you have to take if you guys know about slice for method, in which is used to slice something from the array. So we're gonna make use of that function. It's a part of ES6 module system. So what you're gonna do is, because you can delete anything right from this array. So it's not gonna be like the first index you're gonna take out. It can be any index in between from the array. So you have to use the slice method. So what this slice method takes is, you can use slice or splice. I'm gonna use splice. Both are pretty much same thing. Splice, what it does, it directly changes, it overrides your main array. But what the splice method does, it makes a copy of that array and then make changes. So you will gonna be on the safe side. So whenever you kind of use this thing, you use splice method. It's more handy. So what does it do is, it takes the index. So it's gonna take which index element you want to delete, and how many elements you want to delete. So I'm gonna only delete one. If you pass 2, the element next to that index element also gonna be deleted. So you have to be careful about this thing. You have to pass inside this, and after that I'm gonna reset my array. So what I can do for this now is, I'm gonna pass in spread operator again. I'm gonna tasks, right? 0. now what does it say? Index is not defined. Okay, so we haven't passed this any kind of argument, like, because we are directly calling it and it's not accepting any kind of argument, so we have to provide some index to it. So what we can do is, should I do like this? Like, I'm gonna take this index which is coming from our map and directly passing it to this deleter. Okay, I'm gonna also provide this an argument, refresh. So let's try to do the thing. Did you guys notice what's happening? I'm trying adding it, but it's disappearing. It keeps on disappearing. Can you guys see that? Anybody tell me why this is happening? It's not adding to that list. It's on the fly get deleted as soon as we add it to our list. What can be the reason here? What's the bug here? You guys let me know in the comment. Anybody? Come on, guys. Okay, let me go ahead and answer this for you. So what I'm doing is I'm directly invoking the function right here. So as soon as I add any work to my list, this function got executed right on the fly. That's why it keeps on disappearing. So to prevent this, what I can do is like only this function should only trigger when I click this delete button. Okay. So what I can do right here is I can pass a fat arrow function. Inside that fat arrow function, I can do this delete task thing. Okay. Now if you guys go and type 1, voila, it's not getting deleted by itself. You guys see that? Okay, cool. And if you have to delete a single element, you can delete it, like 2 is gone. Now you're done with your 1 task, so you can press it and it's got deleted. 4 again, and this 3 is also. So this is how our delete function works. So anybody has any kind of doubt in the splice method or this delete function, because it's kind of a tricky. Adding tasks was very easy, but it's kind of a little bit tricky. Anybody wants to ask a question? Anything? Anybody's doubted about something? So we're gonna give it another thing called reset all. So we have to provide another function where we can use it like this button, right? And inside this button, what we can do is we can give it a name called reset all. Since you are done with all the tasks, you don't want to be get into this mess to delete each and every task by your hand. So you can hit this button and your to-do list will be gone. So reset all button. Okay, and inside that reset button, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use again this on click function provided us by great React developers. So what we can do is we have to make use of this function again to reset this array. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna empty this array again. So we're gonna make use of this set task function, right, declared right here, and we're gonna call it set tasks, and inside this we're gonna pass again an empty array. Okay, now let's see what happens if I add more of this. Yes. Okay. Like you can delete like this, or if you want to, did you guys see the whole thing reset by itself? Do you guys see that?
Yes.
Anybody has any kind of doubt in this? Why delete task in most, even though it's an on-click method? Okay, so what JavaScript does is, like, who answers this question? Who, if anybody knows about this, they can see that. I should go ahead and explain it. Anybody has any kind of idea about this delete task function? what this method do is, if you don't pass, it's inside on click, but you are, what you are doing is, there is only one thing which we how we can invoke a function is like, you can, if I don't have to pass anything inside it, I can call it like this. But this delete task requires something called argument called index. So we can't do this like that. Okay. So whenever you pass this parentheses, it doesn't matter that it's inside on click or it's inside on change. As soon as you pass this parentheses, this function is going to execute on the fly. So to prevent this, you have to do this. You have to call it inside another function. So when it only triggers when you hit that on click handle. Did this answer? Uh, is it clear to you now? Okay. Yeah, and that, so this these code, you can see it in the same repo of our React course. You can switch the branch and go to a different branch called, I think its name is, let me see, do app, I guess. So you can go to the Git repo and go to this mobile web dev. Inside this React course, you can find the code, this addition. I'm gonna push it right here, so you can, go ahead and play around with this code. And if anything comes to you, and you guys can, take the initiative to make this app pretty much, prettier and cool, so that it looks like, good as when people sees it like a UI perspective, because it's now working as a functionality, but we haven't, given it any kind of UI thing. So you guys go ahead and play around with this code and try to tweak something up and down. And you guys can also, contact me on Slack for more if you guys, get stuck at some point. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. We have covered